and you're very much set.
I'd known I wanted to be an artist in the broader sense since I was very young.
I was trying to decide between fine art and English, and eventually I decided to sort of follow my heart, to use a cliche.
When I was 18 and thinking about going to university, I was fairly certain that I wanted to do art and that I wanted to be an artist.
I really enjoyed my foundation course, so then I decided to take it further and study it at a university level.
Students coming to study fine art at the Ruskin can work in any area of contemporary art, any media, any process that is relevant or seems interesting to them within the context of contemporary art.
At a lot of the larger art schools, you have to choose a pathway. You have to choose to do painting or to do printmaking, and you're very much set in that department.
We don't divide disciplines up, so we don't separate people who want to make paintings from people who want to make videos, and often people will migrate between those.
Some people do really specialise. I mean, painters in particular vehemently stick to their craft as the one true way, and will even evangelise, try and get other people to come back to painting. So there's this great tension within the school between the painters and those that see themselves as sort of the contemporary artists and those that see themselves as contemporary painters.
It's a diagnostic programme, and what that means is that the whole emphasis is for the student to find out and determine for themselves within the huge range of things that you can do within contemporary art, what it is that they're interested in.
I was really excited to be somewhere that actually kept something academic as integral to the fine art process, the creative process. And I really don't believe they can be kept apart. So for me in particular, I really like to get in depth in the concepts and the ideas around the creative process.
Working experimentally in terms of contemporary art, which is what the Ruskin tries to do, but within the context of having access to incredible collections of historical artefacts as well, and I found that very exciting and inspiring as a young artist.
Each week we look at some sort of critical texts and discuss them in small seminar groups of 10 or so.
In the first year, the course is relatively structured. You have a lot of time to determine your own work and your own projects, but there are also requirements.
In our first year, we study human anatomy.
One of the great parts of the course that we're highly encouraged as second years, which I am now, is to take part in the professional practice programme, where we are taken to do internships in international galleries throughout the world.
We're also encouraged to draw a lot. Drawing is quite central to our work at the Ruskin.
I've been trying to expand my own practice a bit further by learning more filmmaking techniques. I invested in some lightweight materials to try and make my own homemade camera rails to look at sort of how the tracking shot in the history of cinema has been used.
One of the most significant moments of assessment is in the final degree show, where a student gets the chance to prepare and present a major body of work.
A lot of emphasis is placed on the documenting of our work, because the Ruskin encourages us to prepare for life as a professional artist or creative person.
It's not just a course, and that's one of the exceptional things about being here, is that people don't treat it as just a course. They treat the art school as a community and as part of their sort of quest in life, really, to achieve something beyond it.
The learning is particularly social, I think, in art school. It's about sharing knowledge and ideas and working with other students towards developing exhibitions or preparing towards seminars together.
The main thing to know before you apply here is that you are the one choosing your direction. So that can be a really scary thing, of course. You can sometimes go into the studios at the beginning of a week and really not know what you're going to do. But the other great thing is that you've got these tutors and you've got the technicians, you've got a wealth of supplies and equipment available to you that allows you to sort of be supported in whatever direction you take.
One of the things that's unique about the Ruskin is it's still a very small art school.
What first attracted me to Oxford was that I'd be studying fine art amongst students from other disciplines, which I think is important because you get a range of opinions on your work.
So you have the benefit of being in a close family kind of art school situation, but also within a university, and so therefore you have access to, in a sense, the people and the resources of the whole university.
And obviously Oxford is a very exciting place to study. It's close enough to London that you can visit the galleries there, but also far away enough that you get much more of a sense of community.
A lot of the things that I really enjoyed about it are still the same, and one of the things that I really valued was the museums and the libraries and the collections of historical and material culture that are available to you here in Oxford.
The Ashmolean is especially useful for art students because you've got classical sculpture, and during taxidermy I found the Museum of Natural History and the Pitt Rivers to be have some quite good resources.
The film department is absolutely fantastic. We've got huge amounts of high-tech equipment, a lot of cameras at our disposal and edit suites.
I find the college library to be quite a good place to work. If I'm working digitally, I can just sort of sit there with my laptop, which is quite nice because there's a sense of camaraderie there.
You have access to lots and lots of tutorials, both with regular tutors, regular members of staff, your own personal tutor, but also all the range of visiting artists that we have coming in. When I do a tutorial with a student, I don't sit down and say, this is what I want to talk about. I sit down and say, tell me what you're working on, tell me what you're interested in, tell me what you want to talk about, and we'll have a talk about that.
There's no hiding from the tutorial system. When you have an hour one-to-one with professional practicing artist who's here as a tutor, cracks in what you're making are really going to show up. However, if there are cracks, it doesn't matter because the tutors really are there to sort of explore what's not working and explore where you can improve.
It's very much a two-way conversation between you and your tutor about your work, so you get a lot of input.
I mean, I was a real bookworm, so it took me a few years to pipe up in a seminar, but I was reading the whole time and, desperate to join in really, but it just took me a long time to pluck up the nerve. But I think it's that kind of combination of like individual commitments, finding things out for yourself, and then being learning how to be part of the social world of the art school so that you can share that and reciprocate and be part of the dynamic.
I actually really enjoyed the interview process because the tutors took such a huge interest in my work.
What we want to see is work from the student that is self-directed. So in a portfolio we want to see work that they're committed to, that they have developed by themselves.
Don't try and judge or guess what people want or what people are looking for here. The fantastic thing about the art world is it rewards genuine thinking, genuine creativity and genuine passion. And if you really believe in something, if you really believe in what you're creating, that's going to shine through to the admissions process here.
I think you really do need to have a sense of what you are committed to as an artist.
And they're looking more for ideas and potential rather than polished, finished projects or anything like that.
Find what you're really interested in your art, and if you're truly passionate about it, it will actually lead you in the right way, and you need to follow that with a lot of energy and a lot of time. One
of the best things that people can do is undertake a foundation course which lasts a year, and it really equips people to organise their own time, to start thinking about developing their own projects.
when I leave here, we've got a community of people, a community of friends that I've met here. We're all planning to get a big shared studio together. We're going to be heading to London to do that.
There are a lot of options available to Ruskin students. A significant number go on to be practicing artists, and then we also have people that work in fashion, work in galleries, work in auction houses. So it's really, really varied what the alumni do.
So it really is just exceptionally lovely to have this time and this energy behind us and the support to just make, just to explore and make.